Welcome people to the World Wide Web. It's Cypher Sigma here and it's day 4 of the month, so it is Anime Day 4. What have I got for you all today? So we kind of seem to be going series film, so I thought I would try and keep up with that. So I have for you is Your Name. Now you're probably thinking, I'm supposed to be supposed to be telling you all about my favourite anime and stuff like this, and this one's sealed. So I'd heard about this one a little while ago. I managed to find it online. I think might have been on Netflix or on Amazon or somewhere had it playing. I want to say Netflix. And as soon as I watched it, I fell in love with this, and I went out and bought a copy. And even stickers there. So this is a HMV sticker, and this was the place that had it the cheapest. So it took me a week or two to find it that cheap. And it is absolutely an amazing story. It's films like this that kind of rejuvenate my love of anime, because sometimes you do get you don't get to see as much out there or stuff, or sometimes you grow. Anime isn't always in the mainstream unless you go looking for it sometimes. So once you step away from it and watch other you kind of forget about it a little bit, which sometimes happens to me. But yeah, Your Name. So this is a very interesting film, and you'll see kind of a start is basically you have a boy and a girl, and what it is they go through this transition that they will fall asleep and in the morning they will wake up in different bodies. This happens at different times of the year and different days. So like you could wake up and Tuesday you could go to sleep, Wednesday you wake up as a bloke, you could be the bloke for a day or so, and then you go back to that person. You might not go back into them until another week or a month, or it could be a day, and it's how they are getting used to being in different bodies but being in different locations. You don't kind of quite know where they are. Obviously the girl comes from so one comes from the city, as you see there, then one kind of comes from a little village, and it's all about how they or where they're based and how they swap. And it's all about this story of kind of star-crossed lovers, so to speak. I mean, there is a fondness there, and obviously being in other people's body. The interesting thing is, obviously, once you go to sleep and you reawaken your own body, you don't really remember much of what happens. It's kind of like a dream. And there's this little elements there that just work really well. And it's just like a teenage boy and girl, or maybe a young teenage girl and maybe a slightly older teenage boy, and just how they kind of live in each other's worlds and get used to this change that never happens. So it's kind of the Freaky Friday, but there are a lot of twists with it. There is one big twist that you don't necessarily see coming, and I'm definitely not going to ruin it here. If you kind of love the comedy, love kind of will they, won't they, and stuff like that, this is exactly right up your street. Now, obviously, it is anime, and there are a few elements in there that are very Japanese. You can't name a few little things, and I'm probably not making sense to most people, but you'll see. So in their customs and stuff, when somebody, this isn't in this, but it's to show an example of, look, when somebody is attracted by someone else, sometimes they bleed out of their nose and they kind of head goes back and they pass out. This was a thing that was seen a lot in Naruto, so he could transform into a kind of half-naked woman covered with clouds, and that's what he would cause people to do. It doesn't happen in real life, but it's something that they kind of keep in there, little things like that. And there's kind of, you imagine a boy and a girl waking up in a different body, you could kind of get where some little bits might go. But it is as I said, it is an absolutely amazing sort of film. There isn't as much there is a little bit of action, but it's just kind of having to go through this change at a period where your body is developing. You are trying to find out who you are and what you want to do in life and stuff like this, and your friends and everyone's kind of slowly growing up. And it reflects this really well. I believe it's just under 2 hours. I want to say, if I can find a time, 1 hour and 2 minutes, so 1 hour and 40. So it's not too much longer. I'll show you. There is the back. Really love like silhouette art like this, so it reflects like the boy and the girl. I'm not going to go into all the names and stuff like, because no one watching this, unless you've watched it, you won't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it is an absolutely amazing film. I must say, I think you can get it even cheaper than that. I definitely recommend it on Blu-ray, just because as it is drawn with CG put in there. I love the drawing and stuff, and when you have a drawn or animated film, Blu-rays bring it out so much more, and you see finer elements and stuff, and but anyway, that's been day 4 of anime. Hope you're enjoying this little series. Got quite a few bit more to go, but I've been Cypher Sigma, and I'll see you in the next one.